So welcome along, of course, to Beachlands Speedway for this, the round number 3 of the civil construction sprint car deal. It's going to be fantastic. I think there's about 12 sprint cars here ready to boogie around this. It's going to be a mint track, obviously. It's supposed to be raining, but it didn't, so it's probably a good thing. And it doesn't look like it's going to rain. There is a prediction that perhaps at about 8 o'clock tonight we might get 0.2 of a mil or something like that. But other than that, it looks like the weather's going to be pretty damn good. So let's do something we haven't done for a while. Let's go for a bit of a pit walk. So obviously, as we said before, it's a really, really good field of these sprint cars that are fronted up. We can see right at the front right here is the 43 of Josh Buchanan. So this is the Placemaker Central Otago sponsored machine. Now, one of the things I was talking to Jason Scott earlier on about this particular car. Jason Scott's building these new engines that he's set up for sprint car guys, and apparently this engine here is it's comparable to some of the top engines around the countryside at the moment. So we'll see that car a little bit later on getting up and having a bit of a tooter around as well. So keep an eye on Josh Buchanan, always very, very quick. So there's the 33 car, the civil construction, Mr. Horror himself. He's the main advertiser, sponsor for this event, and obviously competing in it as well. So he's getting ready to go for their warm-ups. We've got young Matt Anderson here, the Menifee Trucking sponsored machine. He's getting geared up, ready to go. And of course, sponsored by Penrite as well. Fedu Taiwa getting into his car. They were just telling me when we got here that this machine was not in very good shape. Apparently he'd had the diff out, put the drive shaft up the back of it not quite right, and could have been quite an expensive wee deal. So just as well, Fedu's managed to get his team have actually sorted it out for him, so which is looking damn good as well. Right in his face he goes. So there we go, 28 T's there as well, 88 Jason Scott. Once again, got one of those new engines that he's put together as well. So watch this man, each part's in performance looking after him. And we'll catch up with Jason. He'll have a bit of a yarn to us about those engines a little bit later on as well. 42, Nigel Colvin. We're going to give him a bit of a in-car camera on his car at some stage in the next heat. So we'll just make sure he's up and running before we go around chucking too much gear into his car, too much sophistication. So Central South and excavating. Had a bit of a mixed bag of lollies this season so far, just trying to get engines sorted out. So hopefully we will sort himself out along the way. Here's Dean Miller, the Thriller, set on the back of his car there, Stiff. And this man, he's he goes pretty damn good really for the kit he's got. So definitely one to watch out for. Won a heat race, I think, at the Cromwell round as well. So definitely one to watch out for. Beside him is the 21T of Shannara Stronach, and Shannara, obviously one of the ladies of racing around here, and she just certainly knows how to get this thing boogieing as well, so keep a wee eye out for Shannara as the night goes on as well. And Southern Mechanical looking after her. Tricky Mouse did the design on it, powder line as well. And talking to powder line, John Severite, the powder line sponsored eye signs as well, looking after him. This machine looks real lethal. And he's mucking around with some engines. Apparently he's got one of these new engines that are coming from Jason Scott as well, and just making it more affordable for guys to get into sprint cars. Yeah, we will be a bit crackly, sorry folks, we're right at the other end of the pits now. And made it all the way down from Christchurch, obviously, is this man here, and this is Steve Duff Jr. Great to see him here, and he is got sponsored by Concut, obviously, and this man definitely knows how to pedal a sprint car around a track. It should be a very, very good track here at Beachlands Speedway tonight. So we've just got to keep an eye on the glitching here stuff. So we've also got, sorry about that, got interrupted on my earpiece here. So we've also got a whole bunch of street stocks. Of course, they've got their champs that are on tonight. Apparently there's a bit of talk in the pits about a bit of biffo. There's Daryl Hoon Richards there, the 1NZ man himself. He's obviously a huge volunteer here as well, so he's running around trying to get everything sorted out, ready for the meeting to get going as well. And a big field of production saloons for the Otago champs as well. So the old sprint cars are going out. Hayden Johnson here, the 28T, we've got him on the way past. Queenstown Marine looking after him. Reasonably new driver to the class as well, so be interesting to see how this man gets going. So tonight we're going to muck around with a few interviews. We're going to try a bit of in-car camera stuff as well. What else have we got here, Steph? There's a wee bit going on, isn't there? So pretty full pits. Oh, of course, it's a big field of stock cars for the Otago champs as well. I think they're up to about 28 stock cars. So if you like a bit of action, those guys are certainly going to be doing their thing, that's for sure. And of course, all the way up from Invercargill, it is the hoodoo man himself. Daryl Shuttleworth will be taking care of commentary tonight. We had his boy Corbin in last time we were here, which he done a fantastic job, but Daryl's also committed to coming up here and giving Beachlands Speedway some commentary as well. So big thanks goes out to Daryl. I don't know if he's around at the moment, but certainly love his commentary, does a fantastic job. He's just telling me earlier on that he's been doing a bit of training with some of the top guys out of V8 Supercars, the commentators from there and stuff, and it's certainly been very interesting to hear some of the stories he's been saying, especially in and around live streaming as well. So
the Valley Motor Court official pace car heads to the infield in the starter's hands, ready for race 1 here, Beachlands Speedway. U Saloons ready to kick off the evening. It's Marshall who leads them around. Green flag drops, we go racing. Clay Marshall leads him down to turn number 1. Thomas on the outside, he sneaks right down the inside, so he races to the front of this one here early. Matthew Thomas leads down the back straight. Marshall finding it greasy. You can see that car really starting to push between 3 and 4. Manages to pull it back in. Shannon Simon looking racy at the moment. Goes past Bennett. Borthwick currently holding 4th place. Car 65, Caitlin Bennett about to go a lap down early in this one here. Wee bit of trouble there for Simon and Soper. Dane Harvey high and wide as well down there in turn number 1. Then we go back to Stewart. Then the 27 of Noah Kiddo. Alex Crosby trying to find a way through the field there as well. Battling up front, but it's still Thomas who leads this one here in car number 18. The 97 of Marshall in 2nd place. Then we go back to Bennett in car number 66. That is your top 3 at the moment. Borthwick in 4th place. Then we go to Moxon in car number 44. Car 88, Caleb Marshall. Yellows are on. Harvey's gone around in turn number 1. Drastic action taken there by car number 23. Can't see the number because of the pole. It is Maya Johnson. So car 23, Maya Johnson, just backs out from the wall. So it looks like they're going to call that one there. They've found it too greasy, I would imagine, just with that bit of a skiff of rain that's gone across. Zach McClinigan, car number 52, will start from the 2nd row of the grid. That's the Ryco-sponsored tank. He's got the 24 of Glover on his outside. So safety car heads to the infield. Almost ready for race number 2 of the evening to get underway here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. It's ready from the front row of the grid. Heads down to turn number 1. McClinigan goes right in behind him. Casey McEwen's there as well. And it's McClinigan in the tank, the Ryco machine that goes around there first. The 427 of Jacob Glossop. He gets put into the wall hard round there. Big pile of cars. Jesse Stevens involved in that one there. Car 6, Jai Fien, he's in there. Mackenzie, car number 163, another one involved, and Bailey Mowat. They all seem to be getting away though. Reds have come on, they'll come to a standstill. That'll be for 427, Jacob Glossop, who was parked up around there. He was locked together, I think it was, with Shane McKenzie. The 163 car, but they've managed to pull themselves away. Of course, Glossop, he was getting dealt to between turns 1 and 2. Never really got out of it, become a bit of a punching bag, I guess you could say, as they come out of turn number 2. So they'll get him sorted, they'll make sure he's all right. Safety crew over there. Zane Tahuta, car number 88, and car number 9. Ben Finlayson, they come to a bit of a head down there between 1 and 2. They've managed to get themselves away from each other. So not even a lap into this one here. First stoppage 427. Jacob Glossop looks like he's going to be heading to the infield. Bit of a helping hand there from the safety crew. So the engine revs are up, we go racing once more. Your man out in front, Zach McClenaghan, car 52. He's being chased by the man from Cromwell. That's Casey McEwen as they come through to complete their second lap here. Mackenzie Eccles, he's a lap down. That's your 163. He was caught up in that tangle, so was Finn. Cameron Reddy currently holds that third spot. McClenaghan still leads. They've got Casey McEwen, he's measuring them up at the moment. They come onto the main straight. Jesse Stevens, a car number 72. The Justin and NZ sponsored machine from Riverside. He goes high and wide, stays out of the way there. So it's McClenaghan ahead of Casey McEwen, Cameron Reddy, Luke Malloy up to 4th place. Jesse Howman 5th. Then we go back to Bailey Mitchell. That's how they line up at the moment. Luke Malloy puts a bit of a hit on Cameron Reddy, unsettles him, pushes him wide, picks himself up another spot. So a good move from Malloy, just his second meeting of stock car racing. And looking pretty sharp at the moment. He's up to 3rd place, but it's McClenaghan who's out in front. Car 52, the Ryco tank, leads this one here. Casey McEwen holds 2nd place. He's part of the Central Coyotes from Cromwell. He's chasing pretty hard at the moment. Luke Malloy still holds 3rd place in car 5. The Slim Reaper, he calls himself, down the back straight. Taylor's coming at him hard now too, car number 84. Nico Tahuta in the 75. He's not too far off the pace of Luke Malloy as well. Fed's a lap down. So out in front, car length and a half between McClenaghan and Casey McEwen. They've got Bailey Mowat just up front. McEwen there, just rode into turn number 3. He's unsettled him. Goes past the start-finish line here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. A new leader. It's McEwen from Cromwell. Down the back straight, he's going to head down the inside of Glover. Zach McClenaghan, though, he's chasing hard. 3rd place at the moment. We've still got Luke Malloy. Malloy gets rid of Fenn. He was a lap down. Cameron Reddy still chasing hard. 3 laps to run here. Heat number 1. Otago Stock Car Championship on the line. Savannah Simon, car number 7, just sits in front of Casey McEwen now. White flag out now. McEwen sneaks down the inside of Simon. McClenaghan still chasing hard. Malloy's fallen back in the pack. He's obviously taken a spin because it looks like Taylor, car number 84, is up to 3rd place, but it's McEwen who takes it out. Car 16 from Cromwell, he takes this one here out. McClenaghan in 2nd place. Then we go back to Taylor, Mark Taylor, car number 84, home in 3rd, banking some good points. Tahuta next in the queue. That's Nico Tahuta, Zane Tahuta there as well. Then we go back to Malloy, Cameron Reddy. But it's maximum points early in this one here. It's what you want. You want to bank those points nice and early when they matter. For Casey McEwen, he takes this one here out, folks. Heat number 1 for the Otago Stock Car Championship here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Stick around, folks. Coming up next, heat number 1, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series.
Brittany Carpenter, driver of 85 GM, based out of Greymouth. I use wholesale tyres, coloured chrome rims on my car. If you're looking for something unique and different on your car, contact Wholesale Tyres to get these coloured rims. Or get a hold of them on Facebook at Wholesale Tyres, or go onto their website, which is www.wholesaletyres.net.nz. See you trackside.
Need coloured chrome rims? Wholesale Tyres. Good rims, better prices, great people.
Matthew Anderson, car 16, parked up on the infield, so looks like he's going to be taking no part in race number 1. 3 races tonight, 20-lap feature final as well, and they will be one heck of a side. Of course, I don't usually run them here at Beachlands Speedway. You guys are getting a double dose of this season. 2 rounds of the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. So it's the thriller Dean Miller on the front row of the grid. Jason Scott from Edge Parts and Performance on his outside. The Valley Motor Court safety car goes to the infield. Speed increases. It gets a little bit louder and we go racing. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Jason Scott off to an absolute flyer. Fedu Taiwa in second place, and we go back to the con-cut machine of the gas man. That is Steve Duff Jr. Young Buck, the Henry sponsored car of Buchanan, trying to slip up to 3rd place at the moment. They're starting to peel away now, their top 4. Miller's next in the queue. Then we go back to Colvin. Wee bit of a wheel stand there from Colvin. Then it's Ross McKinnell. Shannara Stronach looking strong early in this one. Then we go back to Siv Wright. Horrell and car 28 at the tail of the field. The new man, Hayden Johnson. So we'll check out Jason Scott's lap time this time around, see what sort of lap time he pumped out. Of course, greasy out there, so the lap times won't be that fantastic. 13.845. The fastest man out there, though, with the 13.791 is Steve Duff from Christchurch. So Jason Scott, though, he has track position at the moment, still being chased hard by the Warrior, Fedu Taiwa, who sits in second place. Then we go back to the gas man, which is Duff. Then Buchanan, another prodigy from the 6-shooter grade that's now up into the V8 powered sprint car series. Colvin, he's in 5th place out there by himself. Then we go back to McKinnell. McKinnell looking racy. Stronach in a bit of a battle with the thriller Dean Miller. Oh, Sid Wright's gone around up here between just on the outside of turn 4. So the Powderline sponsor machine, one of the series sponsors, has had a spin. This will bring out the yellows. They'll grid up once more, gives everybody a chance to get right up behind Jason Scott, the man called the King of Cromwell. Veteran of the sport, leads this one here. Watch for Duff in 3rd place. He'd like to make a move on Taiwa, but it's very, very greasy out there at the moment. Any move they're going to make, they're going to have to be sure that is going to stick, and unfortunately it all come unstuck there for Shiny John Sivright. He was sitting down in 10th place. So fastest man on track, still Steve Duff with a 13.783, fastest so far. In fact, the mid-pack at the moment, Duff, Buchanan, Colvin, and even McKinnell punching out better lap times than those 2 guys up front, Fedu Taiwa and Jason Scott. So Sivright goes to the infield. Scott leads them around. Nothing better than a big field of these V8 powered sprint cars, the rumble as they come past the control tower here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. So Sivright gets a restart. He'll tag in behind car number 28, Hayden Johnson of Cromwell. Start to speed up once more. Lights are out. We should get a restart this time around. It's Scott who leads from Taiwa. Keep an eye on Duff, the gas man, in 3rd place. Has a wee bit of a sniff as they go between 1 and 2. Buchanan in 4th place. He's looking for a way through as well. The placemaker sponsored car 43. They've started to clear off again from Colvin and McKinnell. Stronach manages to sneak down the inside of Miller, so she's made a move, she's made it stick. Hurrell goes through as well, so Miller's gone from the front row of the grid to be running right down the tail of the field now. He's dropped a ton of spots. But Jason Scott, he's starting to drive away with this one here. He's sitting about mid-track. Buchanan with a wheel stand as he comes out at 2. Car 28 goes to the infield, that's Hayden Johnson. Just watching Jason Scott there now, he's sitting about mid-track. Seems to be getting good drive and he's pulling away from Taiwa. Duff, I thought he would have made a move on Taiwa at that restart. Hasn't managed to do so. As we say, very, very greasy on this Beachlands circuit here at the moment as that constant light rain falls. Taiwa looking tidy at the moment in second place. It's a good drive from him. In fact, Taiwa last time around a 13.8 compared to a 14.3 for Jason Scott. So he's punching out decent lap times. Oh, a lot of smoke comes out of the side of Duff's car. Duff pulls up. He may well have lunched that car. There was a big puff of smoke. He slows down on the outside of turn number 4. The yellows will come on. They have. That is for Duff. Just as he slowed down, well, he didn't really slow down. Once he sort of set it sideways into turn number 3, there was a massive puff of smoke and that car come to an absolute grinding halt. So the gas man, he'll be absolutely gutted. He was looking good. He was in 3rd place. That'll now bring the young buck, Josh Buchanan, up to 3rd. Done an absolutely fantastic job on this one here. So right, just trying to sneak up the inside of Horrell. Get a sneaky jump on him before we go green. We'll keep an eye on those flags, folks. Green one drops, we go racing. Down to 1 and 2, it's Scott once more. Buchanan held back and had a bit of a dive at Taiwa, but Taiwa was too smart. Colvin's right there now as well. He's in 4th place. White flag comes out. There was 1 to go here. Heat number 1 of the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series, and it's Jason Scott, the king of Cromwell, with a handy lead. He'll come round, take the black-white checker and maximum points. Venu Taiwa, great drive from him. He comes home in 2nd place. Ahead of Buchanan, then Colvin. McKinnell, good drive from Horrell to get past Stronach. Then we go back to Sivright and the thriller Dean Miller at the tail of the field. That is how that will finish race number 1 of the night for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Coming up next, folks, heat number 1, Otago Production Saloon Championships will be on track here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.
Hi, welcome to X Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award winning pre-owned dealership. Stockists of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles and everything in between. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X Factor Cars.
Laura Heads from Riverside, Hayden Skilling from Riverside. Joining these Otago Production Saloons. James Wood also there from Cromwell. So we'll get a start this time around. And it's going to be Cuff. Oh, Cuff gets it all sideways as it goes past the control tower. Skilling on the outside. Then we go back to Stewart. It looks like up in 3rd place. It's Elisa Stewart, Gavin Hurring, Niall Brooklyn. Regan Constable, car number 63, right up there as well. Currently sits in 6th place. Keep an eye for Violet Cummings, car number 39. Very, very quick on the prelude, coming from the rear of the field. But out in front at the moment, it is Hayden Skilling from Riverside who leads this one here. Chucks the big Holden Commodore in sideways. Car number 25, Alicia Gillies, cruising around at the tail of the field there as well. Just new to the grade, so just doing some laps. Staying right out of the way at the moment. So Skilling leads from Cuff, Hurring. Then we go to Constable. Yellows are on. That there's for car number 37, parked up between turns 2 and 3. That's Alan Kirk. We'll suss on this name here at Beachlands Speedway. Famous name. So Stewart's gone to the infield as well, or is she going to joining from the opposite side of the track? No, parked up. So Eliza Stewart parks up on the infield. Of course, Riley Stewart out there as well, car number 661. Whole family affair with the Stewarts. So Otago Production Saloon Championship on the line here tonight. Set for a restart, green flag awaits them on the main straight. We go racing. Into turn 1 and 2, the two rear wheel drive machines. Handling nicely at the moment. Nice wee slide around there between 1 and 2. That Toyota Celica though of Gavin Haring right on the back of them. Constable not too far behind them. Then we go back to Brooklyn. And behind Brooklyn we've got 34, Ben Howard. Howard putting all sorts of pressure on Brooklyn. He goes high and wide. Then we've got Gareth Kelly, Aaron Brooklyn in car 33, Jared Constable and Darren Simpson. That's your top 10 here at the moment, folks, in the Otago Production Saloon Championship. Those leaders really starting to stretch the legs. The top 4 cars are down now into 1 and 2 on the back straight. Stewart just up in front of them. That's Riley Stewart. Thought these rear-wheel drive cars may have struggled a wee bit with the greasy track, but they haven't. It's really almost playing to their favour. But look at Haring. Haring starting to put pressure on Cuff now. They go down to 1 and 2. That's for position 2 and 3. They get onto the back straight. Cuff with a bit of extra horsepower. Stretches the legs. Brian Wilson, Riley Stewart just up in front of the leader. Hayden Skilling. This may be where it could come unstuck for Skilling, but he's doing a great job at the moment. Goes around the outside of Wilson. Now about to attack Stewart. The E-Series Falcon there, car number 44 of John Ling. It'll be a handful out there as well. He's next in the queue for Skilling, down the main straight. Into 1 and 2 here, so Skilling, he's managed to get past the lap traffic better than Cuff. And also Haring, he's moved through there as well. So Haring now up to 2nd place, Cuff in 3rd, Regan Constable in 4th, then Ben Howard in 5th, Gareth Kelly in 6th place. Simpson up to 7th, so he's made some spots as well. But out in front, in fact, Constable's just made a move on Cuff as well. So where's Skilling? Down the back straight there at the moment. He's still in a battle with Haring. Haring not too far off the pace. Skilling hasn't managed to get past car number 44, John Lingard. Has been battling with him for 3 or 4 laps as they head down to 1 and 2 once more. Heat number 1 of 3, Otago Production Saloon Championships is what is up for grabs here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So Haring trying to sneak past Ling as well. White flag comes out. 1 more to run here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Your top 3 at the moment. Skilling leads this one here. The man from Riverside shoots down the inside of car number 22 from Central Motor Speedway. Skilling comes through. 1 more corner on the main straight. Hayden Skilling, he takes this one here out. 2nd place. Oh, it was close between Constable and Haring. We'll give that one there to Haring. I think car number 6 from Central Motor Speedway comes home in 2nd spot. 3rd place will go to Constable. And in fact, Constable's been put up to 2nd place. So 63, Constable got across the line first. Then Gavin Haring, Gary Cuff, James Wood from Central Motor Speedway got up to 5th place. That is your top 5. Heat number 1 here at Beachlands Speedway. It's all about the Otago Production Saloon Championship on the line here tonight.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered.
Once it's all good, you'll send them on their way for heat number 1 of the evening for street stocks here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway in Dunedin. I hope you're enjoying the show so far, folks. Plenty more action to come as the night rolls out. Green flag drops, we go racing. McKinney the inside, Jenkins the outside, Bauer moves up to third spot. Will we all get through 1 and 2? Of course, they are running reverse direction in this one here. They don't know when they're sitting on the dummy grid what way they will be racing when they roll out on track. This one here, though, they are going reverse direction, and it's Jenkins who leads this one here, the 3-4-5 down the main straight. Car number 19, that's Lott. Looking racy at the moment as well. He's in behind McKinney in 4th place. He's got Finch right up his back bumper as they head down there. Felt the control tower shake before they come through. Wasn't sure who hit it, but a lot goes around. Finch takes care. In fact, Finch almost takes care of 2 cars. Takes care of McKinney as well. He now moves up to 3rd place. So Jenkins leads this one here. Bauer in 2nd. Finch looking good at the moment. He's currently in 3rd place. Then we go back to McKinney. 4-7-5 next in the queue. That's Braden Adams. He's right in the mix here as well. He's got Mitch Lavender just behind him. Then Dan McNally, one of the big hitters in the field. Car number 21 from Christchurch. He won't be too far away from the action. And the Hoon, Daryl Richards, just behind him. Your current New Zealand street stock champion. He did it here at Beachlands Speedway last year. A popular win. It's good to see the Hoon out here battling it out. So Bland, he's gone down a lap now. That's Simon Bland, car number 31, from Wanganui. Out in front at the moment, still Jenkins with a handy lead. He heads into turn number 1 and 2, which would usually be 3 and 4, just behind Shia McCarty. Car number 29 moves to the outside of him, so he's got to deal now with that lap traffic. Finch moves up to 2nd place, and we go back to Bauer. Another lap down, 3 to go here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Still Jenkins, Finch, Lavender, your top 3 at the moment. Finch not too far behind the leader though, which is Jenkins. McCaddy in the action again in car number 10. He's in a bit of a mix up there with a 318 at Daytona Helm. Finch trying to do everything he can at the moment to chase down Jenkins. Not a lot between those two, caught on a car length and a half. In fact, Jenkins just stretched the legs, makes contact there with car number 94, Jacob Campbell. So Campbell wants to be the spoiler in this one here. Putting some pressure on the race leader. Through goes Finch. Just up ahead of them, we see the Hulk, car number 8. Car 83, Josh Murdoch, he gets down to the panel van. Jenkins must have some friends out there because car number 6, Corey Blackler. He puts a hit on the race leader. Can't unsettle him though with less than a lap to run here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway in Dunedin. It is Jenkins who leads. Finch still trying to do everything he can to chase him down. Then we go back to Bauer. He's a distant third at the moment, but the black and white checkered flag is going to come out for Ben Jenkins, the 345. In fact, we've gone red before the checkered flag come out. Not 100% sure who that was for. We see the Hulk going to the infield. Craig Blackler. So it looks like we've got a car right under the control tower here. May well be the 634 of Adam Stewart. It is Adam Stewart, so he'll get removed from the track. Daryl Richards, the Hoon, he's been told to move back a wee bit. He stole some meters, as they do, these guys. They try it. If the referee's not looking, they'll steal some meters, folks. There's no doubt about it. So Stewart, he will go to the infield. Car number 634, Adam Stewart, came out of Production Saloons into Street Stocks last season, I think it was. So green flag drops. Jenkins now with a decent buffer over Alan Finch down the back straight. Checkered flag will come out. Finch comes in strong between 3 and 4, but it'll be too little, too late. Checkered flag for Jenkins. Finch in second place. Looks like Bauer in third at the moment. Car number 99 will be next in the queue. That is heat number 1 for Street Stocks, done and dusted here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Entertaining affair. So folks, round number 1 of racing done. We're going to try and give these U Saloons another skid out there. Hopefully with these cars running around, the track won't be quite as greasy. So they're coming up next, folks. U Saloons for round number 2 of racing here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Zara Lee Tahuta, of course, both of her brothers, Zane and Nico, racing in the stock cars. Arnie, of course, her father races street stock, so a family affair for the Tahutas. They've supported Speedway for a number of years, right across the lower South Island, which has been absolutely fantastic. So we'll keep an eye on her starting mid-pack as well. So lights are still flashing orange. Safety car has gone to the infield. They'll compress this field and we will go racing, folks. Second race of the evening for U Saloons here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Green flag drops. Kahu Moxham it's going to be who's going to lead them down to turret number 1. In fact, Soper managed to sneak down there. But it's 88. Caleb Marshall knocking on the door of Kahu Moxham, trying to find a way through. Tail of the field at the moment, car number 65, Caitlin Bennett. She'll stick down on the pole line. She's on the mentor program at the moment, does exactly all she needs to do. Sits down there, lets them pass her. But it's Soper doing a grand job at the moment out in front, starting to stretch the legs down the back straight. All these cars at the tail of the field on the mentor program, their first season of racing here at Beachlands Speedway, doing a good job. Orange light has come on. Oh, untidy for car 27, that's Noah Kiddo. Has come to grief with Jaden Cron on the back straight. So that Cool Tracks machine that I said before was a real smart looking car. The driver's door punched in on the back straight. So they'll line up, they'll reform, they'll move those 2 cars from the back straight here at Beachlands Speedway. Tahuta, Thomas, Harvey, Borthwick. So Moxham now goes right round the outside. Green flag drops. So there might have been a wee bit of confusion there between the starters, but Moxham made a move on Soper. Soper wasn't ready for that, and they've almost caught up with the tail enders already, this pack at the front. Kahu Moxham, car number 44 leads. Marshall in second place. In car number 88, that's Caleb Marshall. Watch for car 97, Clay Marshall. He's coming fast as well. In fact, there has been a change in the lead. Caleb Marshall now, car number 88 leads this one here. He got between that lap traffic. Lucy Greer in car 13 putting pressure on the back now of Kahu Moxham. So Moxham battling to hold second place. Lucy Greer looking fast on the outside line here at Beachlands Speedway. They come down the main straight. It is still Marshall who leads this one here. Into 1 and 2. Kahu Moxham in second place. Then we go back to Greer. But a hip and shoulder stuff there from Brooke Soper. She clears away from Crosby, Simon and Marshall. Out in front though, it's 88 Caleb Marshall who leads this one here. Bennett goes to the infield in 66. Kahu Moxham, Lucy Greer not too far off the pace in this one here. Absolutely nothing between your top three. About to put a lap on Kiddo and Harvey. He's not too far away from being a lap down as well. Harvey in front of the leaders. Marshall leads. Caleb Marshall, that is an 88. Kahu Moxon really trying to stretch the legs on the Justic and NZ Honda Civic. But he doesn't have an answer for Marshall, who's up front at the moment. Third place, Lucy Greer doing a great job. The Greer Logging sponsored car sits in third place. Then we go back to Soper, Marshall, Crosby, Simon, Tahura and Thomas. Counting down the laps here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Cars scattered everywhere at the moment, but it's still car number 88 in full control of this one here. Young Caleb Marshall down the back straight. Heads past Tyson Thomas in car number 22. Another one of these cars on the Mentor system. Pretty daunting stuff for some of these young ones. Marshall goes through. Moxham still holds second place. Then Greer in third. No change whatsoever in your top three. White flag. Out last lap. White flag will greet them this time around. Through comes Marshall. One more lap to run here. Race number 2 for Youth Saloons at Beachlands Speedway. Man, there's a battle happening further back. Crosby on Soper. Simon and Marshall are right there as well. That's for the minors. That's 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Checkered flag though comes out for car number 88. That is Caleb Marshall. He takes it out from the 44 of Kahu Moxham. Great drive by Moxham and a great drive also for car number 13, Lucy Greer. She comes home in third place. Then Soper, Crosby, Clay Marshall, Shannon Simon, Jaden Cron next in the queue. Good race under testing conditions, still relatively greasy out there. You can see Moxham just sliding around all over the place at the end of that one. But well driven and a well-deserved race win for Caleb Marshall, car number 88 in Youth Saloons. Lined up on the dummy grid, folks. Coming up next, heat number 2. It is the Otago Stock Car Championship.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
So folks, heat number 2. Otago Stock Car Championship here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Race number 1, it was a fairly tame affair. It was a race win for car number 16, Casey McEwen from Central Motor Speedway. He's starting down the grid a little bit by the looks of it, just looking down the commentary box there. Yep, he's right down the tail of the grid. Front row of the grid though, Shane McKenzie, 163, lines up alongside the Slim Reaper. Luke Malloy from Riverside Speedway. As I mentioned before, this is only his second meeting of stock car racing. Of course, Shane McKenzie on his inside, the current 2NZ in street stock. So pretty inexperienced as far as stock car driving goes. Front row behind them, car number 72, Jesse Stevens from Riverside. Car number 9, Ben Finlayson, who's a good young peddler out of Central Motor Speedway. Looks like Bailey Mitchell up and running. Of course, he went to the infield in the last race, so good to see him back out on track. Aaron Borthwick alongside him at car number 18. 99 is Shane McDonald from Central Motor Speedway. Cameron Reddy pulls out of the grid, so just trying to sort that tail end of the grid by the looks of it. As we mentioned before, folks, 1.5 tons of heavy metal set to unleash here in heat number 2. Otago Stock Car Championship is on the line. McClenaghan looked fast in the last race as well. Zach McClenaghan, car number 52, the Ryco tank. Engines rev, we're set for a start here. Heat number 2, Otago stock car champs. Mackenzie off to an absolute flyer. The Rotodig excavating car heads down to turn 1 and 2. Jesse Stevens puts a wee bit of attention on Luke Malloy. Can they get round 1 and 2 safely? Looks like they can. Borthwick gets a bit of a helping hand from Cameron Reddy. Look at Casey McEwen and McClenaghan. They've come from the back of the grid and they're already fighting over 6th and 7th place. Oh, Mitchell goes around, gets snotted by Jenna Tree in car number 10. So your race 1 winner, McEwen, really starting to thread his way through the paddock now. Car number 98 goes to the infield. That's one of the Riverside drivers. Adam Neighbour, 99, sorry. But out in front, it's still Mackenzie who leads this one here. Tahura starting to come through the field now as well. That's car number 88, Zane Tahura. He's got McDonald behind him. Then Stevens, McClenaghan's right there. Issues for Taylor in car number 84. He comes down from the high side to the infield. So steering issues by the looks of it. He's hit the cone on the main straight, so I don't really know what's happening with Mark Taylor at the moment. He parks up. It's a Neighbour out of this one. Taylor out of this one as well. So it looks like Bailey Mowat parked up. Car number 79 from Riverside, just on the outside of turn number 2. Pretty sure that's what the rear light's for. McClenaghan, he's looked fast in this one here. Casey McEwen back down the order again slightly. So it is going to be Mowat that they head to, car 79. Part of the Otapuni Motorsport team. Luke Malloy backs up, he grabbed a few metres. So 3 casualties so far. The 99, Adam Neighbour on the infield. Taylor, he looked like he had front end damage on his car. He was checking the steering as he was coming through the infield. Looked to be moving, so I'm not sure what the deal was with the Lawson Forestry sponsored car 84. And now of course the 79 of Bailey Mowat parked up on the outside there of turn 2. Safety crew also going to head down and check Casey McEwen. Casey McEwen sees waving his arms there. I don't know whether he's waving to the crowd or what he's doing, but he's certainly waving his arm around down there. He fell down the order. And it's going to be game over, folks, for your race 1 a winner, Casey McEwen from Central Motor Speedway. That's a game changer for him. He is going to park up on the infield. So how quickly a championship can turn on its head. Taylor, who got 3rd in the last race, and McEwen, who won the last race, no longer taking part in this one here. If they get out for race 3, they will be out there to play the spoiler role. So McEwen, he'll be absolutely livid. McClenaghan in car number 52 is your man to watch out for. He took a 2nd placing in race number 1. So through we go once more. And Mackenzie starting to come under a ton of pressure there from McDonald. They're side by side as they come out of 2. Down the back straight they go. Oh, Mackenzie feeds him to the infield. This is going to allow car number 6, Jai Fenn, to try and sneak through, but Fenn goes high and wide. Keep an eye on car number 88, that's Tahura. He's the man that I reckon is set and ready to pounce. Luke Malloy not too far off the pace there as well. He's in 4th place, McClenaghan behind him, then Jesse Stevens and Fenn. Car number 93, that's Rob Mitchell. He goes to the infield now as well, so he's out of this one. But that battle up front, Tahura sneaks down the inside of Mackenzie. Mackenzie lets him through. McDonald leads out in front. Car number 99 down the back straight here at Beachlands Speedway. Glover struggles in car number 24, sends that car to the wall, parks it up. Will that bring out a red light? It possibly will. Not where you want to be parked with these beasts going past. Red light comes on as predicted. These drivers all trying to sneak an extra metre or two under that red light. But that'll be for car number 24. Of course, donning the Otago Outlaw stock car team colours. Cody Glover. Cameron Reddy goes to the infield, car number 8. He's having a rotten run tonight as well. 57 also goes to the infield, that's Shay Davies. So a number of cars parked up. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 cars parked up on the infield, 7 cars. So the attrition rate here high in heat number 2 for the Otago Stock Car Championship. Glover's going to go to the infield as well. So plenty of work to be done before heat number 3. Of course, that is going to be a few races away yet. Also, stock car hit to pass feature a little bit later on. That'll be interesting. Green flag drops, off we go. Car number 78 on the back straight. In fact, we've gone red once more. Car number 21, Jesse Helm, didn't move whatsoever when the lights went green. So his car's obviously come to a grinding halt as well. Just going to say 78, Bailey Mitchell, he's a lap down, leader's right with him. So it is Helm who's going to be pushed from between turns 3 and 4. So he'll go to the infield. 8 cars there now. Make that 9. So Jesse Helm to the infield, another ex-street stock driver. Here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway, away we go. McDonald, the Fox, leads this one here. Through he comes, being chased by McKenzie, McClenaghan, Malloy. Here comes Nico Tahura, car number 75, pushes Malloy slightly wide. Manages to get on through. Oh, McDonald's been sent out to the wall hard by Zane Tahura in car 88. I said before, keep an eye on Zane Tahura. He takes a win here. Checkered flag out, so Tahura does the business. McKenzie, I'd imagine, should have been in second place. See what they're going to call here. Reds come on after the checkered flag, so we'll wait and see whether they're going to run them. That'll be for McDonald. He got put into the wall hard. Of course, he was in the lead of the race at that stage. Tahura basically measured him up for a couple of laps. Seen where he could give him a helping hand. So a lot of work will be going on down in the pit area at the end of this one here. A lot of cars out of it. This is heat number 2. Otago Championship is what is up for grabs with these guys tonight. Of course, Casey McEwen, who was leading it going into round number 2, parked up on the infield. So McDonald, the Fox, goes to the infield. Green flag drops once more. So you see those cars that had already finished the race, they just moved to the infield, let them through. It's going to be Malloy, he's going to come through. That'll be for position 4. Will be Malloy, then we go back to Fenn, Finlayson, Hamilton. But your 1, 2 and 3, Tahura, car number 88 takes it out. From 52, Zach McClenaghan, and 75, Nico Tahura. That's your top 3, folks. Put your hands together. It was a good drive by Zane Tahura, car number 88. He took his time, picked his way through the field, and he takes out a win here. Otago Stock Car Championship, heat number 2. Lined up on the dummy grid, set for action next, folks. Heat number 2, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series.
Kia ora team, Kelly here from First Base Recruitment. Here I just want to do a plug or a shout out to Sign Solutions. They've done this board for us here at First Base. They've also done some cars for us. They've done fantastic work. Communication is great. Highly recommend them. So Sign Solutions, head on down and see them today.
Behind him, Buchanan and Scott. So Scott starts from the second row of the grid. Watch for him to jump early into that vacant spot. Then we go Colvin, Miller, Taiwa, Horrell. They accelerate. We go racing here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway, heat number 2 for the Southern Sprint Car Series, and it's McKinnell who leads. But watch for Scott with that Triple X chassis on the outside, down the back straight. McKinnell won't make it easy for Scott. Scott goes high and wide. Buchanan chucks it sideways, tries to make a move. Look at Scott. He's done the switch over. Oh, he took a big chunk of pole line there, made contact with McKinnell, so they may look at that. He was well over the pole line between 1 and 2, and he starts to drive away. It is the king of Brummel, Jason Scott. Nigel Colvin looking racy at the moment. Horrell goes to the infield. He's struggling to pull up car 33 at the moment. As Fedu Taiwa just goes around the outside of him. Oh, Colvin and Buchanan make contact. Colvin with a wheel stand there between 1 and 2. Miller goes around, so does Stronach. Sivright goes to the infield, so there's a cluster of cars. Hasn't that become a famous word, cluster? But yeah, Colvin went in there hot. He was side by side with Buchanan. Slight contact between the two of them. Both parked up. All of these cars should restart again, I would imagine, and join the field. So they just direct them through the infield, allow the safety crew to get on down there, get these cars pulled apart. So Jason Scott, of course, he took that lead from McKinnell. He certainly took a big chunk of pole line with him, so we'll wait and see whether the officials were happy with that, unhappy with that. We will wait and see. It will all come out. In fact, they've told McKinnell to sneak up ahead of Scott, so it looks like they've addressed it on track, which is, I like that. They hit the loud pedal, and it's Ross McKinnell who leads them down to turn number 1. Watch for Scott. He'll want to have a crack at Buchanan early so he can start to chase down McKinnell, who leads this one here. The wily veteran out in front of the E-Type engineer in car number 96. Being chased hard by the young buck. He's at the other end of the spectrum as far as sprint car drivers go. He's only got a couple of seasons experience. Horrell looking racy in this one here. Ducks down the inside, but he's going to spin. So's Taiwa. Synchronised spinning here between turns 3 and 4 at Rock Beachlands Speedway. Will go yellow once more. They'll form up. Horrell overcooked it. He was coming in there under the inside of Chester Nigel Colvin. He looked like he was going too fast, and it was not going to stick, and it did not stick. Round he went. Fedu Taiwa had nowhere to go, and he followed suit. So they'll both restart once more. Get up and running. Of course, if you haven't seen sprint car racing here, and as I said, you don't usually race them here at Beachlands, they are a push start machine. No key, no starter button, anything like that. They push start these, keeps the weight of the cars down. So not very user friendly when they're in your garage and you've got an engine problem and can't start them up, but hey, that's what they do. So both those cars restarted back out on track. Fetu Taiwa and Horrell. Thought Horrell was going to pull off a miraculous move there, but he'd basically gone in there far too hot. The Rock Supplies NZ machine of Horrell, his second season of racing. Track looking pretty good out there at the moment. Few spits of rain once more, but it hasn't come to anything yet. So we rev up once more. Ross McKinnell, he'll be counting down the laps, thinking, when am I finally going to get 2 or 3 fast laps under my belt? Away we go. McKinnell leads him down to 1 and 2. Then Buchanan, Jason Scott running the widest of anyone at the moment. and seems to be getting plenty of grip as he comes through one of Scott's going to go around. Whetu Taiwa almost makes contact with him. Scott comes back out in front of him, so that may be something else that they look at. Look at Colvin. He'll be seeing red mist under that visor at the moment, and he's starting to thread his way through the field. He's taken care so far of the tail. 3 cars, and he's now trying to chase down Stronach and Miller. Out in front, it's still the E-Type engineering machine from Otago. A wee bit of smoke coming out of the side of that. Siv Wright goes to the infield in car 14. So McKinnell, smoke starting to bellow out the side of that car. Not a good sign, and he's under all sorts of pressure at the moment from Buchanan, who's in car number 43. Buchanan will get, he'll see that smoke and he'll be wanting to pounce. Is it affecting the performance? It's getting smokier as it goes around. Scott and Buchanan are all over him. Scott's going to go around. Whetu Taiwa just misses him. Yellows will come on once more. Ross McKinnell, that does not look good for car number 96. You can see oil all over the chassis as he come past. What looked to be oil anyway. What do we got left to run on this one? We've got about 3 laps by my counting to go in this one here. Can Ross McKinnell hold on? They basically haven't been able to string 2 or 3 laps together at pace. It's been safety car after safety car basically. Jason Scott, he's got a ton of experience and he just overcooked it coming out of 2. Shows how hard these guys are pushing. Well, it's starting to smoke again. You can see him just as he starts to apply the power. It starts to smoke. Can McKinnell hold on? We have got 3 laps to run here. Heat number 2, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Buchanan has a look on the inside, down the back straight. It's McKinnell. Buchanan just seemed to button off around 3 or 4. He's probably copping a visor full of oil at the moment as McKinnell goes through. Buying his time. Look at Jason Scott. He's picked off 3 spots already. He's trying to chase down Shannara Stronach. Round they come through once more. And it's still McKinnell who's led from start to finish with all those restarts. Buchanan now straightens up and has a look down the inside on the back straight. He's not close enough. Taiwa in 3rd place. He's coming under pressure from Nigel Colvin. What do we got, folks? 2 laps to run. McKinnell will know that that thing is smoking. He'll be looking at the gauges. He'll also be counting down the laps. You can smell the oil. Here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway, white flag comes out. He's got 1 more lap to run. No to hold out that long. It is very, very smoky. He's got 3 car lengths over Buchanan. He's got 2 corners to get around. Buchanan has a look. Taiwa there as well. They're on the main straight. And it's going to be McKinnell. He'll take it out. Buchanan in 2nd place. Then we go to Whetu Taiwa and Colvin. McKinnell's trying to find a way to the infield as quick as he can with those engine problems. He tried turning in front of Colvin at the end of that one there. But it's a race win to the veteran, Ross McKinnell. What a drive. And you can see the smoke coming out of the side of car number 96 right now. The man with the checkered flag down there was looking for McKinnell. McKinnell was already parked up on the infield. But what a drive for Ross McKinnell. He takes it out. 2nd place. A good drive as well by the young buck, Josh Buchanan. And Whetu Taiwa, Mr. Consistent tonight. He comes home in 3rd place. That is race number 2, folks, for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Heat number 2, Otago Production Saloon Champs is coming up next.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
but a pretty racy field. Green flag drops, we're underway, and it's Constable on the inside and Brooklyn on the outside, side by side. Through they go 1 and 2 as the Ranger starts to fall way a bit greasy. Constable chucks the Subaru sideways. Would have been a nervous moment for him. Manages to get back out on track, but it's the 33 of Aaron Brooklyn who leads this one here, being chased hard at the moment by the 55 of Darren Simpson, the FTO. Then we look at Violet Cummings as the next one in the queue in third place. Very, very quick car, that car number 39, James Wood from Central Otago. The white Primera down the back straight, looking racy at the moment. Goes down the outside of car number 48. Pretty sure that is young Tyler Kalk. So down the main straight now. Still no change up front. It is still the 33 of Aaron Brooklyn who leads this one here, but he is under a ton of pressure at the moment. You can see these cars really struggling around the corners. Track is shiny, it is greasy, and it's a real battle up front. James Wood from the Central Motor Speedway Club making every post the winner at the moment. He's now moved up to second place, looks to the inside of Brooklyn. Simpson chucks the FTL a little bit sideways, loses a lot of ground there. So still Brooklyn out in front, being chased by James Wood. He gets it a wee bit wrong between 3 and 4, but manages to hold on to it. Niall Brooklyn now goes to the infield in car 78. The Colour Car Painters sponsored Prelude goes to the infield. Rain getting very, very steady here at the moment. Gavin Hurry, he goes to the infield as well, manages to get back out on track. That battle up front, no change with those top three. Car number 33, Aaron Brooklyn leads this one here in second place. James Wood. Wood has a wee look on the inside of Brooklyn, can't make it stick. Riley Stewart goes to the infield, so Riley Stewart out of this one. Brian Wilson also to the infield. So lap traffic now in front of our leaders. Heat number 2 of the Otago Production Saloon Championship here at Beachlands Speedway. Oh, James Wood, he's caught behind the lap traffic. So Brooklyn, he's managed to get through. Darren Simpson's now up to second place. James Wood in third. See how slow they are going through 1 and 2. Open the throttle down the back straight into 3 and 4 we go. Very, very greasy testing conditions here. Credit to these drivers at the moment. These cars will be an absolute handful. Your leader comes through. The top 3, as a matter of fact, you can chuck a blanket over them. Car number 33. Aaron Brooklyn still leads from Simpson. James Wood from Central Motor Speedway in third place down the back straight. Couple of laps to run here in heat number 2 of the Otago Production Saloon Championships. Issues there for Brooklyn. A lot of smoke coming out of car number 33. So the race leader, he's got mechanical issues. James Wood's the new leader in this one here. Simpson in second place. Then we go back to car number 19, Gary Cuff in third. Then Cummings, Skilling, he's done well, he's come up through the field. White flag will be presented this time around. Your race leader, James Wood, steals the lead with a couple of laps to run. The man from Cromwell, Central Motor Speedway, about to put a lap on Laura Head's car number 64 from Riverside. Cuff now up to second place ahead of Simpson down the back straight. Less than a lap to run here for James Wood from Cromwell. Car number 804, he takes this one here out, heat number 2. Cuff home strong in second place ahead of Simpson, car number 55. A strong race from Simpson as well, but very, very greasy out there, folks. A number of cars on the infield. As I said before, you can see that shine on track. Dirty shower of rain. It was forecast. But a race win banks some very, very valuable points. James Wood in heat number 2 of the Otago Production Saloon Championship as I look out the control tower window. Lined up next, folks, Street Stocks, heat number 2 for them here tonight. Hope you're enjoying your night's racing here, folks, at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV of your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
So the Valley Motor Court official pace car here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway peels to the infield. Josh Murdoch's already out of this one. We go green. Dan McNally can't even get away from the start line there. He just wheel spins. Down into 1 and 2 we go. Certainly not going to be breaking any lap records in this one here. Very, very wet indeed as they go through 1 and 2. They get on to that straight. Ben Jenkins moves to the infield slightly. I'm sure he's just trying to get a wee bit of traction on that drier stuff there. But very wet indeed. So out in front, car number 181, or 187 is it, Lockie McLean, who leads this one here. So McLean over the 94 of Jacob Campbell. Finch looking racy again. They're starting to get a hang of things. Alan Finch, he was so quick in race number 1. Super fast this time, but too fast. Goes down between 3 and 4. It just goes directly into the wall, but hey, it managed and helped them. It got him around. Shai McCarty, car number 29, just coming past the control tower now. Of course, the Toyota Sora doing not bad at the moment, down in 5th place. Dylan McCarty's had enough. He's gone to the infield in car 10 from Riverside. 475, Braden Adams up to 4th place, starting to put a wee bit of pressure on the back of Campbell. It's anyone's guess at the moment out there where these cars are going to end up. So it's McLean from Finch, Campbell, Lott, Adam Stewart, Ben Jenkins, Mitch Lavender, Corey Blackler, Brent Bauer. That's your top 10 at the moment. Oh, Stewart races to the infield, takes care of the cone down there. The Hoon, Darryl Richards, in fact, he's in 10th place at the moment. But impossible conditions out there for these drivers. New race leader, Finch manages to get round the outside of McLean, pushes him up towards the wall again. You can see all these cars looking for any bit of drive that they can. Bauer in car number 99, the second of the Soras out there, about to go down a lap. Richards about to be taken care of as well. Craig Blackler. So Finch, that car of his absolutely hooked on a greasy track. 475, Braden Adams now slips up to 2nd place. Lockie McLean down to 3rd. So Richards now into the back of car 6, which is Corey Blackler. Red lights have come on. That'll be for this pile up down here in 1 and 2. We see Lott involved in that one there. The 555 of Mitch Lavender also involved. And it may well be the 318 Daytona Helm by the looks of it. So they all seem to be backing out of it. So hopefully everything's all right there. But they did hit that wall very, very hard indeed. No such thing as brakes on a greasy track like this. But that big white concrete thing, that'll certainly stop you. So Lott manages to get car 19 straightened up again as we go green. 3 laps to run here. The Hoon, Darryl Richards, Anderton decorating sponsor car really struggling down the main straight to get any form of traction whatsoever. We'll keep an eye on Finch. He leads this one here. Alan Finch, the 118. He's putting pressure at the moment on the back of Lavender and 555 and Lott, so he wasn't too far behind that bit of action before. 2nd place at the moment, the 475 of Braden Adams being chased by Lockie McLean. That's your top 3. Crazy greasy out there at the moment as Bauer goes to the infield. You know it's greasy when your car spits you from the straight to the infield. Finch just sits behind Lott. And Stewart, he's happy to stay there. Next in the queue is the 475 Braden Adams. Daylight between Finch and him. In fact, Adams could come under a wee bit of pressure from Lockie McLean. Oh, Jenkins hits the wall hard, so does Richards. They manage to bounce off it. White flag comes out. One more lap to run for our leader, which is Alan Finch. Look how high all of these cars are running right up to the wall. Finch gives Stewart a bit of a helping hand, sends him to the infield. Stewart manages to get back out. Half a lap to run for Finch. Mitch Lavender trying to chase him down, but he's a lap down already. Finch sits high, wide, gets onto the main straight for the last time in race number 2 for Street Stocks and takes it out. 118. Alan Finch takes this one here away from the 475. Braden Adams. And Lockie McLean in 187 will come home in third place. Pretty untidy out there, folks. Very, very wet, very greasy. Well done to those drivers that did manage to keep it on track. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. Heat number 3, the final heat to decide who will be the Otago Stock Car Champion.
I'm Brittany Carpenter, driver of 85 GM, based out of Greymouth. I use wholesale tyres, coloured chrome rims on my car. If you're looking for something unique and different on your car, contact Wholesale Tyres to get these coloured rims. Or get a hold of them on Facebook at Wholesale Tyres, or go onto their website, which is www.wholesaletyres.net.nz. See you trackside.
Need coloured chrome rims? Wholesale Tyres. Good rims, better prices, great people.
Keep an eye on Fenn. He's been amongst it tonight as well. He lines up alongside a very experienced Rob Mitchell. A few gaps on the grid, but we're ready to go racing. The final, folks, of the Otago Stock Car Championship here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Tahura and Tree from the front row of the grid. Luke Malloy shoots to the infield, but manages to get back on track just behind Casey McEwen. Look how greasy it is out there as they head down to turn 1 and 2. McEwen will be nervous, parked up between Taylor and McClendon. Look at them all trying to get past Luke Malloy. Thought Taylor was going to send him to the wall. In fact, Bailey Mowat, he's tied up in the wall there too, car number 79. So this may well bring out a red. We'll see what happens. Mitchell's there. Nico Tahuta's caught up there as well. So's Glover. But look at the lead at the moment that Zane Tahuta in car number 88 has got. He's put a lap on those cars early, and he's got his younger brother Nico just up in front of him. Will Nico play the protector in this one here? We'll wait and see. Car number 6, which is Jai Fenn, he's in second place. Then we go back to Jenna Tree, car number 10, and Rob Mitchell, car number 93. Car number 9, Ben Finlayson looking racing out there at the moment, probably going the quickest of anyone out there. That's one of the Dale Honeybone prepared machines. Certainly turns on a good car. Luke Malloy gets fed out to the wall by Taylor. Borthwick goes underneath them. Tahuta's right there. Malloy comes down in front of Zane Tahuta. They've got history coming right from the youth saloon grades back at Riverside a number of years ago. So it's great to see these two young guys back against each other in stock cars. Malloy's a lap down. Tahuta goes around the outside of him. Fenn still in second place. Red light comes on. That'll be for Taylor, who's been parked down there at turn 3 for some time. Finlayson parked right behind him. So a couple of casualties on the infield. 79 Bailey Mowat, and of course 21 Jesse Howe, both parked up on the infield. Cody Glover facing the wrong way down there as well, so not sure whether he's actually parked up down there or whether or not he spun before the red light. So safety crew once again had their work cut out for them tonight. So we hear the rev of engines once more. Green flag drops. We go racing here. Heat 3 of the Otago Championship. Bailey Mitchell parked up on the infield there coming out of turn number 2, so he may well be out of this one as well. Casey McEwen may well have flat tyres on this inside, but the looks of both front and rear. He's really struggling at the moment in car number 16. But it's Zane Tahuta who leads from Jai Fenn in car number 6. So Tahuta with a massive lead at the moment, a straight length lead between first and second place. Tahuta took out the win in heat number 1. If he can win heat number 2 here, now I'm guessing that he's going to be right up there in points. Well, he makes contact with McEwen, puts McEwen to the wall, so he's not showing off. McEwen's up on his side. This will bring out the Reds. The race leader takes care of Casey McEwen, parks him up on turn number 2. Just stay back from that, folks. Anyone who's right there, just stay back from that car that's just perched up on the wall there. Now, it's all pretty exciting to see, but if you can just stand back from the wall until such time as the train safety crew know that everything there is safe, just step back. So Zane Tahuta, of course, I thought he'd be just trying to protect that lead and be happy enough just to circulate around and bag himself a real good fistful of points, but no. He's a man of action. And he absolutely towered to a wounded Casey McEwen, who's getting around there with flat tyres. McEwen just wandering to the infield there at the moment, folks. Put your hands together for Casey McEwen. Good to see him step out of that car. Rev of engines, green flag drops. We're away once more, the Otago Stockcar Championship. Malloy sneaks the nose down in front of Tahuta, Nico Tahuta that is. He's just in behind Finlayson who gives his teammate Rob Mitchell a bit of a tidy up. Luke Malloy gets put out to the wall. He's got Zane Tahuta in behind him. So here's your race leader, car 88. Oh, Malloy into the back of Nico Tahuta hard. Zane Tahuta. Is he going to have a crack at Luke Malloy? Lines him up towards the wall, sends him around. Malloy up on the wall now. Manages to hold off, so Tahuta probably doesn't want to mess with Malloy because he's got a handy lead at the moment. Malloy takes him out down there in turn 1 and 2. So we've got Mackenzie, Jenna Tree, McClenaghan. He's high in points as well. Jai Fenn, where's he? He's up just in front of Borthwick. He's currently holding second place at the moment. Zane Tahuta creeps around in car number 88. Only a couple of laps to run here. Mackenzie tucks in behind the race leader, pushes him around the outside. Looks to the inside. Oh, hit there on McClenaghan from Finlayson. Puts him to the infield. That was Rob Mitchell, sorry. So the race order, looks like Fenn may well be leading this one here now. White flag is out. One more lap to run. We'll see who the checker comes out for. The timing monitor's telling me that car number 6, Jai Fenn, is leading this one here. Checker flag's going to come out. It is Jai Fenn who takes it out. Car number 6 kept his nose out of trouble. There's Tahuta, sneaks through now in second place, just ahead of Shane McKenzie. And car number 163, so Fenn. That would have been Luke Malloy when he put that spin on Tahuta. Cost him the race wins. We'll wait and see how that plays out in the overall championship. As I say, folks, as soon as I have points overall for the Otago Stock Car Championship, we'll let you know who the new Otago or the reigning Otago Stock Car Champion is. So, plenty of cars to clear off. Casey McEwen puts the thumbs up to Tahuta, basically saying, mate, thumbs up, I enjoyed that, it's in the memory bank, and at some stage, I'll get you back. Good to see, folks. Hey, that is heat number 3, the final for the Otago Stock Car Championships. Done and dusted. Looks like sprint cars are on the dummy grid. They'll be out next for heat number 3, Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.
Vince here from Roadrunner Power and Paint, and I just want to do a shout out to the guys at Sign Solutions.
Hi, Scott here from Expert Cars. If you need signage done in Otago, get in touch with Sign Solutions.
Kelly here from First Base Recruitment. I want to do a plug or a shout out to Sign Solutions. They've done fantastic work. Communication is great. Highly recommend them. So Sign Solutions, head on down and see them today.
The Warrior Whetu Taiwa. Nigel Colvin from the front row of the grid. Colvin with a massive advantage in lap number 1. He's taken off and stretches the legs down the back straight. Ross McKinnell in second place. He's been racing tonight so far. Jason Scott in third, then Whetu Taiwa. Then we go back to Buchanan, Sivright, Miller, Stronach, Horrell, and the tail of the field, Johnson. Jason Scott with the wheels up as he goes down the back straight. Trying to chase down Ross McKinnell in car number 96, but it's Goodnight Nurse up front. The man they call Jester, Nigel Colvin, absolutely flying at the moment. Down into 3 and 4 he goes. Does Ross McKinnell have an answer? These cars holding up well on this greasy track at the moment. They'll all be searching for somewhere out there that just gives them a little bit of something, a little bit of drive. They're going to need a lot of drive if they're going to chase down the Central Southern Excavating sponsored machine, though, of Nigel Colvin. Horrell's parked up between 3 and 4. Orange light comes on, they'll reform. This is what Colvin would have been hoping wouldn't happen. It's going to condense the field. It's going to give McKinnell a chance to strike. It's going to let Scott right up on the rear bumper of McKinnell. You watch the restart of this one here. Jason Scott, he'll jump out and try and clear those front 2 cars at the restart. You almost guarantee it. Very, very quick from the start. What's the track got to offer? Is there any drive there for him to allow him to do that? Colvin will be absolutely gutted. He had a massive lead. He got the best of the starts right at the beginning of this race. Horrell now, he's going to get hooked up, sent to the infield. He was a mile ahead of him, so not sure what the infringement was, but he will start from position 4. We go green. It's going to be Colvin and Scott now to battle it out up front. McKinnell tries sliding down the inside of Whetu Taiwa with a Warrior, but couldn't quite get it done. Still sits in 4th place. Colvin sits mid-track. Round 3 and 4 onto the main straight. 6 laps to run here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Whetu Taiwa looking racy now, trying to chase down Jason Scott. I thought Scott may have had a little bit more under the foot than this to chase down Nigel Colvin. But Colvin looking smart out front at the moment with a handy lead. Whetu Taiwa slowly winding in Jason Scott. Then we go back to Buchanan, the young buck. Then McKinnell, Sivright, Stronach, Miller and Johnson. Can Whetu Taiwa put enough pressure on Jason Scott? That's for position 2 and 3. Out in front though, it's Goodnight Nurse, Nigel Colvin. He's looking racy. He's had some rotten luck so far this season, so it's good to see it all coming together for car 42. Whetu Taiwa on the inside of Scott. Scott's in defence mode, less than a car length between the 2 of them. Through comes Colvin, couple of laps to run. Scott and Taiwa still side by side. Taiwa just that little bit closer. Scott seems to get pretty good drive out of 2. But Whetu Taiwa puts a ton of pressure on down between 3 and 4. Front of that car sledges, scrubs off a whole heap of speed, so he's given this one away. White flag is out, less than a lap to run for Nigel Colvin as he heads down the back straight into 3 and 4. He's going to take out heat number 3. Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Race 3 winner Nigel Colvin in car 42. Jason Scott gets home in 2nd place. Then we go back to car 6, Whetu Taiwa. Well done, Nigel Colvin, a well-deserved race win. Come under some pressure. But he managed to get it all done and take the win. They've got their 20-lap feature final to happen a little bit later on this evening here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Coming up next, looks like round number 3, the final heat for the Otago Production Saloon Championship.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
So the Valley Motor Court pace car heads to the infield. A few more spits of rain on the commentary box window. Doing well to fight the showers tonight, folks. As the green flag is set to drop for Laura Heads as she comes onto the main straight, we go racing. Down to turn number 1, she goes high and wide. James Wood goes through. Howard's right in the middle there as well. So's Kelly, not too far off the pace. Constable sneaks down the inside. He's moved up to 4th, but look at Hurring. Very, very quick down the back straight. Moves up to 4th as they go through 3 and 4. That's Salika just sitting mid-track. Looking very, very settled on these greasy conditions. So it's Wood from Central Motor Speedway who leads this one here. 34, Ben Howard in second place. Very, very bouncy between 3 and 4. That Cara Howard, very jumpy indeed. We'll keep an eye on that because that could be a little bit unsettling as the race goes on. Bouncy between 1 and 2 as well. Kelly trying to do everything he can now. Gareth Kelly in 3rd place, but I don't think he'll hold off Hurring, who's looking pretty sharp at the moment. He's down low though, Hurring. He looked better when he was up high. Red light has come on. Oh, there's a roll over there for 22. Andy Craig and Laura Head have come to a head over there coming out of turn 2. And it's car 22, Andy Craig, who's gone over. Just remember, folks, just to stay back until such time as it's team safe to go over there. Of course, that car there is an ex-U Saloon, used to belong to young Harrison Brown. Turn 2 at Beachlands certainly catches a few people out. A number of spectacular rollovers there over the years. Don't know what Laura Head's involvement was in that one there. Of course, I didn't see the actual incident. I was watching the leaders. So by the sounds of it, nose up into the wall. So Laura Heads may well have had nothing to do with that at all. May well have just been Andy Craig. That greasy track, of course, come out of there, get the big tank slapper into the wall, and you're pretty much just a passenger from there. So the lights are out, set to go racing once more. Wood leads him through. Down into 1 and 2. There's been a steady skiff of rain come through under that caution, so the track will just be that little bit greasier once more. Hurring manages to get past Kelly finally, so he's now up to 3rd place. He's high wide, he's sideways between 3 and 4. But on the main straight, it's James Wood, Howard in 2nd. Then we go to Hurring, Kelly. Cuff trying to make a move now in car 19, Skilling just behind him. And then Constable, who hasn't really fired a shot in this one here. His car not enjoying those greasy conditions. Niall Brooklyn, he's looked racy in this one, a new driver in car 78. Look at the bunch of cars though, they're going to be battling it out for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. They're all nose to tail, while out in front it's James Wood from Central Motor Speedway. They had a greasy old wet meeting last weekend there. So he's probably got a little bit of experience in these conditions. Hurrying now to the outside of Howard. That's for position 2 and 3. Howard on the inside, hurrying the out. Wood goes to the outside of Brian Wilson. Wilson just sticks down on the pole line, stays out of the way. Kelly and Cuff rubbing panels, Skilling waiting to pounce. Then we go to Constable. Brooklyn, he's right there as well. This field really starting to condense. And these greasy can do all. Skilling goes into the back of Cuff, unsettles him. He's trying for position, hasn't managed to get past him. So Hurring and Howard still battling it out while James Wood, he's on a casual Saturday night cruise here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. What's he got to run? A couple of laps to run, but the real battle happening half a track away. It's Hurring in second place, then Howard, Cuff, Skilling, Kelly, Constable. Brooklyn's right there as well. So's car 25. Liam Gillies doing a good job on this one. So the leader now starting to put a lap on the likes of Laura Heads, Brian Wilson. 44 of John Lang. He's down the back straight. But this battle up for second and third place, still intriguing. Cuff trying to find a way around Howard, gets drive off the big Falcon out of corner 2. White flag is out, 1 to run here. James Woody can just about flick the ignition off and cruise home in this one. But it's now Cuff and Hurring. Cuff's really starting to find something in the FG Falcon. Goes to the outside. Hurring's going to get drive down the back straight. Wood takes it out. An easy win for Wood in the end. Cuff up to second. There's carnage down there. Wilson's come to a standstill. Yellows have come on. Constable made contact there as well. He had nowhere to go. Couldn't stop. Hurring and Cuff come through. Skilling was involved in it. So was Kelly. Car 25, Liam Gillies. He's parked up there. So a yellow. James Wood had already taken the checkered flag by that stage. So his race pretty much run and won. But it was a battle between Hurring and Cuff. Hurring and Cuff come through. Skilling was involved in it. So was Kelly. Car 25, Liam Gillies. He's parked up there. So a yellow. James Wood had already taken the checkered flag by that stage. So his race pretty much run and won. But it was a battle between Hurring and Cuff. So we'll wait and see what they call here, whether or not James Wood will have to do another lap. The rain really starts to fall down here again at Beachlands Speedway in Dunedin. Youth Saloons, they've been held back. In fact, looks like Youth Saloons may well have put their cars in their trailers, have they? No, they're still out. Some of them are on the trailers, so Youth Saloons may well be done and dusted for the night with this rain. Street stocks are on the dummy grid. They'll be next out on track. Still got that 20-lap sprint car feature final for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Stockcars hits a pass feature. Looking forward to that one. As soon as we do get some results, some confirmed results for the championships that are being run tonight, we'll try and let you folk know. Hopefully we'll have those by the time this meeting comes to a conclusion. So Wood leads him around. Just behind him is the 44 of John Lang. Lang is well down. He's well down. Down a lap. So green flag drops. James Wood, he took the checkered flag before. He'll be hoping nothing goes wrong in this last lap. Hurring in second place. He was under pressure from Cuff, but he's managed to get the jump. Oh, Laura Head's almost the big tank slapper in car number 64. With Howard. Skilling looks for a way through there as well. White flag comes out for Wood, so they're going to make it a couple of laps this one, and it's getting really untidy down the field. Very, very greasy for these cars. But out in front, the 804 from Central Motor Speedway, James Wood, he's going to take it out. Heat number 3, for the Otago Production Saloon Championship. Cuff comes home in second, a great drive from him, followed by Hurring from Central Motor Speedway. That is how they'll finish. Your top three here. As I say, folks, once we get those points come through, we will let you know who the Otago Production Saloon champion is for 2020-21. Coming up next, they're on the dummy grid, set, ready to go. They love these conditions. It's a street stocks here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Final race for street stocks here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway, and away we go. Very greasy as they head down to 1 and 2. Lockie McLean makes the most of it though, sneaks right down the inside. But car 19, Jamie Lott, thought he was going to get down the inside of McLean there, couldn't quite do so. Mitch Lavender up to third. Stewart gets a bit of a nudge down the end of the straight by that man, Alan Finch. Finch has been so fast, he was fast on the wet last time around. He was quick in heat number 1 as well. Picked himself up a second placing there, so he's hovering around at the moment. He's in place 5. Shoots down the inside of Stewart to make that position 4. Stewart sparks on the back straight. Jamie Lott now has a look down the inside of Lockie McLean, side by side through turns 3 and 4 they go onto the main straight. And it's Lott on the inside. Tell you what, McLean is not giving up though. He's sticking there with him. He's fallen back slightly now. Mitch Lavender in third. Then we've got Finch. Then we go back to Stewart. The 3-4-5 of Ben Jenkins. Bauer puts a bit of a serve on car number 94, Jacob Campbell, as they come out of turn 2. The Hoon, Daryl Richards, he's fallen down the order. He's got the Hulk, Craig Blackler, and Dylan McCaddy up ahead of him. On the back straight now, Jamie Love with a handy lead from Lockie McLean. Mitch Lavender has a look down the inside of McLean. He's down low as they go through 3 and 4 onto the main straight. They'll be almost side by side into 1 and 2. So Lott sneaks down the inside of Bissett. Bauer goes to the infield. Finch is right there. He gives McLean a bit of a tap on the back end there just to remind him that he's not too far away. Lavender now sneaks up into that second spot. It's a pretty fast pace here, considering how greasy this track is. These guys are certainly not messing about. The Who, Daryl Richards all over the back of Dylan McCaddy, gives him a bit of a tidy up down there in turn 1 and 2. Ben Jenkins involved in some action there once again. McCaddy into the back of the Hulk down the back straight. Lockie McLean, he gets spun on the main straight here at Beachlands Speedway. That's Finch. He's been into it tonight. So Lott with a massive lead at the moment. Mitch Lavender in second place. Then we go back to Finch, who, as we mentioned before, has had a first and a second tonight. He may add a third to that if he stays where he is. Then we've got Dan McNally from Christchurch, the whole Craig Blackler next in the queue, then Dylan McCaddy. And the Who, Daryl Richards. Lott now, he puts a lap on Daytona Helm and 318 down the main straight once more. What do we got? Couple of laps to run here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Lott hasn't put a foot wrong so far. Lockie McLean's just up ahead of him. They were battling for first and second early in this one. Lott's about to put a lap on him. White flag comes out for Jamie Lott, car number 19. He's on the inside of Lockie McLean. Through comes Lavender. Heishaman, it's in second at the moment. Then Finch, McNally, Blackler, Richards, McCaddy. Braden Adams, he's next in the queue, but the checker flag will come out for car 19. It's a race win for Jamie Lott here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Second place goes to Mitch Lavender. A tidy drive from Lavender. And Finch grabs a first, the second and a third here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. That'll be it for Street Stocks here tonight, folks. Some entertaining racing at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. But coming up next, the final race of the evening for the youth saloons. They'll be on track in just a moment.
Hi, welcome to X Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award-winning pre-owned dealership. Stockists of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles, and everything in between. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X Factor Cars.
Thomas has got Max Kemp on his outside. Ready for a race start here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Green flag drops, we go racing. The third race of the afternoon or the evening for the youth saloons here in Samoan. Very, very quick between 1 and 2. The wee cars seem to be holding quite well, considering there's not a lot of grip. Watch for Alex Crosby, car number 41. He's the man we spoke about earlier on. He's got a ton of motorsport experience. Good young peddler. He's putting a heap of pressure at the moment on Deacon Borthwick. But Deacon, he's a good young peddler as well. So the top three very quick at the moment. Kahu Moxon not too far off the pace of them either. Borthwick with a look down the outside of Simon. Crosby decides to go with him. Simon was on the brakes hard there. Drops from first down to third place. Now the battle up front between Borthwick and Crosby. Side by side into 1 and 2. Borthwick manages to hold car 4 mid-track. Crosby has a look down the outside. Kahu Moxham now moves up to third place. So he's made a move on Simon. Crosby's made a move on Borthwick to get out in front of this one here. So he's just sitting out in that slightly thicker stuff. It's not quite what we would call a cush. It's just a wee bit of thicker dirt there. And Crosby got some not bad drive from that there. Coming out of turn number 3 to take the lead in this one here. Car number 18, Matthew Thomas, goes to the infield. He's done and dusted in this one. So it's Alex Crosby from Riverside who leads Deacon Borthwick, then Kahu Moxon. Shannon Simons next in the queue. Good drive from car number 36, which is Max Kemp. He's managed to get past the 66 of Leo Bennett. Then we go back to the wee flamed up machine, car number 29. That's Jaden Cron. Traffic jam going on as they come out of turn 3 and 4. That Cool Trans machine, car number 27, Noah Kiddo. A lap put on Noah. Driven well today though, so has Ashley Bennett in car number 73. So it's still Crosby who leads this one here. Looked a wee bit untidy coming through 3 and 4, just like he'd sort of hit something, but he's in control. Yellow's come on. So not sure what that is for. Maybe they've deemed it a bit greasy, or they want this car here. Maybe this car here, car number 18, which is Matthew Thomas. Just checking on him at the moment. So they've asked him to back up, so that's what it is. Of course, a greasy track, there's nowhere to stop. You get a head of steam on, put the brakes on. He was parked a fair way out, so hence the reason for the yellow flag. So a good call. Once again, field condenses up. Alex Crosby with Deacon Borthwick in behind him. Deacon Borthwick, one of the best mullets in the business. He actually chopped it off last year. He's growing it back. He's a hard case young fella. Certainly learning his trade here through Speedway. He's being mentored at the moment to do scrutineering and bits and pieces as well, so absolutely loves the sport. He's in second place at the moment. Green flag drops. Alex Crosby leads Borthwick. Kahu Moxon looking for a way down the inside of Borthwick, but nothing there. Shannon Simons coming back fast in this one as well. He's in car 26. Next in the queue, but a lap down is car 27. That's Kiddo. and the 73 of Ashley Bennett. Kahu Moxon was in a good wee battle there with Simon. He's fallen back to 4th place. Simon looking racy with only a couple of laps to run here in the final race for Youth Saloons tonight. Alex Crosby just managing his way around there at the moment. Car number 41, the Stresscrete sponsored machine from Invercargill, goes through 1 and 2. Gets on the back straight. He's just managing things. He'll be looking in the rear vision mirror knowing that he's got a decent gap at the moment. Borthwick and Simon in a bit of an arm wrestle. Borthwick's gone a little bit high and wide. He's opened the door for Simon. So Simon looks to the inside. I was watching Simon on the wheel as he come down the main straight, then he was really battling with it. That's how greasy it is out there, folks. Alex Crosby with lap traffic up in front of him in the form of Tyson Thomas as the white flag comes out. 1 to go. Oh, Kiddo goes around. Thomas goes around. Borthwick's there. Shannon Simon, they're going to do well to avoid them. They do. Well done, those young chaps. They were coming down there with a head of steam on. And those boys would have been very, very nervous indeed. So Thomas manages to get back on track. Kiddo parks down on the inside of turn number 1. White flag had been shown. 1 more lap to run. So those top 4 cars, not a lot between them. Crosby managed to pull away to a handy gap, but Simon, he's been fast. Borthwick, he's defended well. Kahu Moxon, he's been there or thereabouts with these guys as well. So this race certainly not decided. Been some good battles in this race, up front and through the pack. Lights have gone out. We'll go racing once more. So Crosby leads over Borthwick. Then Simon, Moxon, Borthwick there gets a big tank slapper. That there invites Simon down the outside, so that's going to cost Borthwick. Simon moves up to 2nd place. Kahu Moxon now has a look down the inside of Borthwick. He's not going to get it done either. Borthwick will be frustrated. Oh, there's a change for the lead. Simon's managed to get past Crosby. Checkered flag will come out for car 26. A change in the lead there, and it's going to be Shannon Simon who takes it out. Crosby, who led from the green light going on at the start, has fallen back to 2nd place. I don't know if there's an issue for car 41 or whether he made a mistake or not, but full credit to Shannon Simon. What a drive from him. He dropped back to 4th place at one stage. He battled with Borthwick for 2nd and 3rd. Crosby had it in the bag, and of course after that cautionary period there at the end, Shannon Simon took a late dive, got the job done. Well done him. Put your hands together, folks. These young lads and lasses have driven so well tonight in very, very testing conditions. Well done to them. Coming up next, folks, what do we got? Look out the dummy grid, and we have got Stockcars. Bit of hit to pass racing coming up in just a moment here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. So Stockcars set and ready to go. Just the 6 of them out on track. So Fenn does a bit of a reverse up to get around the outside of Jesse Hamilton. So a little bit of cat and mouse going on here. Borthwick's right in there as well, so we could see some great action. Helm's out in front. We go back to Bailey Mowat, Jenna Tree there as well. Fenn now in car number 6 is well back. So Bailey Mowat it is who leads this one here. Car 79 from Riverside being chased hard by Jesse Howe, Borthwick and Hamilton just playing cat and mouse down here between 1 and 2. So they're going to join the party now as well as Hamilton gets chewed up, spat out and absolutely snotted by Jenna Tree in car number 10. So Mowat and Helm, they come together as well. That's up there. In fact, red light comes on. That'll be for Jesse Stevens. Car number 72 facing the wrong way just on the exit of turn number 2. I'm sure Jesse will be all right. Part of the Otapuni Motorsport Racing team. He actually told me that the MS on the side for it stood for male stripper, but I got one look at Jesse, didn't believe him. Pretty sure it's motorsport. Drivers have a bit of fun. Jesse Helm straightens up. Jenna Tree lines him up, but too far off there. So on the main straight now, we've got Jai Fenn, car number 6, as Jesse Helm goes right down the outside of Fenn. Then we go back to Mowat. Tree goes around the outside of Borthwick in car 18. So Jesse Helm leads this one here. Fenn in second place. Down the main straight here in the Rock Beachlands Speedway. And it's Jesse Helm who leads this one here with 6 to run. Fenn in second place. And we go back to Mowat, Tree and Borthwick. Fenn looks to the inside of Jesse Helm down the main straight. Can't get it done though. Helm in full control. Race number 4 of the afternoon for Stockcars here. Bailey Mowat goes around. Manages to hold it back together. In fact, he's going to head to the infield as well. So just the 4 cars left in this one here. Jesse Helm with a handy lead. Fenn slows down now as well. So looks like he may have issues. Jai Fenn goes to the infield. So now just the 3 cars left in this one here now. Jesse Helm leads this one. Aaron Borthwick in second place. Jenna Tree, car 10 from Central Motor Speedway, holds 3rd spot. Should be 3 laps to run when Helm comes around this time. Of course, Helm had an absolute horror of a day in the Otago Championship heats. Couple of DNFs. Bit of a backfire from Helm as he goes around 3 and 4. Car doesn't sound flash as he comes down the main straight between gear changes. Aaron Borthwick trying to chase him down in car number 18. Jenna Tree still holding that 3rd place. Borthwick sneaks down the inside of Jesse Helm. So Helm just looking for someone to play with perhaps, or does he have mechanical issues? White flag comes out. 1 more to go and it's Borthwick who leads this one here. I think Helm is just nursing car 24 home. Certainly did not sound good before when it come past the control tower. But 1 more corner to negotiate, and it's going to be Aaron Borthwick, car number 18, who will take out this one here, the final race of the night for Stockcars. Jenna Tree will come home in second place ahead of Helm. That'll be Stockcars done and dusted. Well, folks, 1 more race to run here tonight at the Rock Beachlands Speedway, and of course it is the feature final, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. The final race of the evening, the feature race, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. 20 laps of sprint car action. Ross McKinnell from position 2. He's been fast all night. He's impressed me. Of course, he had that race that he won that he created a whole lot of smoke. So it's great to see that it was only obviously losing a bit of oil, and they've managed to fix that and get him back out there. Second row, very, very fast indeed. You've got Nigel Colvin there alongside Buchanan. And then, of course, a couple of battlers on the 3rd row there too. Jason Scott and Fedu Taiwa. There's some talent in this field. We're about to go racing, folks. The final for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Round 3 is underway. And McKinnell will head them down between 1 and 2. Oh, Scott with a wee bit of contact. there on Colvin. Colvin heads to the inside, but Fedu Taiwa's been the big mover. He's managed to move 2 or 3 spots as Jason Scott starts to fall down the order. So issues for Jason Scott early in this one here. Out in front though, it's the man that I said to watch for, young Buchanan, who leads this one here. The young buck down the main straight. He leads McKinnell, who's racing at the moment. Then in third place, the Warrior, Fetu Taiwa. Then we go to Colvin, Horrell, Stronach. Jason Scott starting to work his way back through the field again now. He's just behind Stronach. Then we've got Sivrite and Miller, who's gone from the front of the field to the back of the field in the space of a couple of laps. 14.5 seconds the fastest lap so far. That's for Fetu Taiwa, the Warrior, car 6, who's currently in third place. He's trying to chase down Ross McKinnell. There's big gaps at the moment, first to second, second to third, third to fourth. Stronach led Scott through. Sivrite having a look on the inside of Stronach now as well. They're side by side. He gets that move made. So Sivrite picks up a spot on Stronach. Jason Scott now tries to chase down Horrell, but Horrell's looking good so far. Look at the lead that the young buck, Josh Buchanan from Cromwell, has got over the field at the moment. Fedu Taiwa trying to wind in. Ross McKinnell from Riverside in car number 96. Taiwa edges closer. Couple of car lengths the gap. Then we go back to Colvin, Horrell, Jason Scott, Johnson Wright, Shannara Stronach, Dean Miller. Miller's starting to come back to Stronach. Miller's going to go around, manages to straighten up. That would have brought the field together. But he's about to go a lap down the Placemaker's machine of Buchanan right round the outside of Dean Miller. Ten laps to run here, the 20-lap feature final for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series, and it's all Josh Buchanan from Central Motor Speedway. He's got a straight length lead over Ross McKinnell from Riverside. Second, the Warrior, Fedu Taiwa. Nigel Colvin starting to play into this one. Taiwa takes a big chunk of pole line. Really gets no advantage. Jason Scott totally missed the start of this one here. He's still caught up behind Paul Horrell. Horrell driving the wheels off car 33 to hold Scott off. Then we go back to Sivrite, Stronach and Miller. Buchanan trying to put some pressure on Stronach. She's a lap down. Jason Scott on the inside of Horrell's. He's managed to pull that spot off. Moves up another spot. He's now up to 5th place, Jason Scott. Here comes Buchanan down the inside of Stronach. He's now got Sivrite in his crosshairs. What a lead. The young fella from Central Otago has over the field here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. He's putting on a hell of a drive at the moment. Ross McKinnell still just in front of Fedu Taiwa. Nigel Colvin ready to pounce. Taiwa's on the inside of McKinnell. They'll go side by side down to 1 and 2. Fedu Taiwa with the nose up front. McKinnell, they're side by side. This is great sprint car racing here at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Taiwa the inside, McKinnell the outside with 3 to run. No caution so far, which is pretty strange for a sprint car feature, as Fedu Taiwa gets the job done on McKinnell. Buchanan now down the inside of John Sivrite. Puts a lap on the Powderline sponsored car. What a drive from the Placemaker's machine. Josh Buchanan. Through he comes. A couple of laps to run here. In second place, Fedu Taiwa. Shannara Stronach was the fastest last lap with a 15.2, fastest lap of the race so far, a 14.4, Josh Buchanan. Buchanan now dicing with Horrell. Checkered flag about to come out for Josh Buchanan, the young buck. He takes out the feature final of the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Venom Taiwa, what a drive from the Warrior, comes home in second place. Ross McKinnell, the wily veteran, in third, ahead of Nigel Colvin. What a feature race, folks. 5.5 minutes of action there, green to checkered. Some great driving under greasy conditions. But Josh Buchanan is your feature winner of the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series here. Round 3 at the Rock Beachlands Speedway. Put your hands together, folks. Some great driving. Some great action from young Buchanan. He'll be absolutely stoked. And a brilliant win. Some great drives right through the field in that one. But Buchanan, he took it out. Hey, that is it, folks. From the Rock Beachlands Speedway, a massive thank you for coming out. And a massive thank you if you're at home tuned in to this live stream tonight. It's been great to have you on board. We'll catch you trackside again at some stage. Thanks for being a part of the racing here tonight at the Rock Beachlands Speedway.